Good morning, everyone. Before I begin, I want you to think about something simple. What was the very first thing you touched this morning? For many of us, the answer is the same, our phone. Before we speak to another person, before we open a book, before we fully wake up, we reach for a screen. Now, let me ask you this. Can you imagine living just one full day without technology? No smartphone, no internet, no Google, and no YouTube, and no learning apps. For some people, that sounds uncomfortable. For others, it feels almost impossible, and that feeling tells us something important. Technology is no longer just part of our life. It has become part of who we are. It fits in our pockets, sits on our desks, and quietly shape the way we think, communicate, and learn. That is why today the real question is not longer uh, whether technology is important in education, but how we choose to use it. Today, I want to talk about technology is in education, not just a tool, but as a bridge to our future. Not long ago, learning followed a simple pattern. Students sat in rows, teachers stood in front of the classroom. Knowledge moved in one direction from teacher to student. Books and blackboard were then main source of information, and learning often ended when the bell rang. But look at education today. Learning no longer stops the classroom door. When we do not understand a lesson, we can search for explanation. When curiosity grows, we can explore videos, articles online, courses, and discussion with people from around the world. Technology has turned small classroom into a limited learning process, and perhaps more importantly, it has changed who controls learning. Every student is different. Some learn quickly, others need more time. Some understand best by reading, or others by watching or practicing. In the past, these differences were often ignored. Everyone had uh, to move at the same page. Technology changed that. With digital platform and learning apps, a student can pause, repeat, and review. They can learn at their own speed without fear of making mistake in front of others. In this way, technology becomes more than a device; it becomes a learning partner. There is also a common fear that technology will replace teachers, but this fear misses the point. Technology does not replace teachers, it supports them. Teachers remain guides, mentors, and uh, motivators. They inspire curiosity, build values, and help students understand meaning, not just information. Technology simply strengthen heritage by making learning more engaging and more accessible. Teachers give direction, technology give access. However, we must also be honest. Technology is important, but it is not perfect. Not not everything online is true. Not everything that looks confusing is reliable, and without the script line, technology can easily turn from a learning tool into a distraction. We may open our phones to study, but end up scrolling, watching short videos, or jumping between notifications. That is why education in the digital age requires more than intelligence, it requires self control. It also requires digital literacy. Today, reading and writing are not enough. We must learn how to question information, evaluate, search, and think critically. We must understand how technology affects our focus, our emotion, and even our opinion. Technology gives us power, and power requires a responsibility. At the same time, technology offers a great hope. Students in remote areas can now access the same knowledge as students in big cities. Online platform connect learns from different backgrounds, others, and experience. Distance is not longer the greatest barrier to education. Technology has the potential to make uh, education more inclusive, more flexible, and more equal. But access alone is not enough. The real question is, what will we do with this access? Will we only consume watching, scrolling, and clicking, or will we create thinking, questioning, and building? Technology gives us tools to create myths, share knowledge, solve problems, and shape the world around us. Learning technology is not just about using apps, it is about developing creativity, critical thinking, and the courage to turn ideas into action. Friend, technology does not decide the future of education, we do. The screen in your hand can distract you, or it can improve you. Then internet can waste your time, or it can expand your mind. Technology itself is natural. Its meaning comes from the choice we make. So the next time you unlock your phone, pause for a moment and ask yourself, am I just consuming, or am I learning? Am I escaping, or am I preparing for my future? Because education today is not longer limited by classroom or schedule, it limited only by our curiosity and our willingness to use technology wisely. If we choose to learn deeply, think critically, and uh, edge creatively, then technology will not just support education, it will help shape a better future. And the future does not start tomorrow. It starts with the very next choice you make when you look at your screen.